Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 29th of May 2020 and welcome to video number 154. After everything that we went through for the last few videos, now I want to go towards the time when you are ready to leave the relationship. What you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to understand about this moment to play this all out like a boss. So there are two things that I want you to kind of understand before we even start. First of all, I will always be against leaving your relationship. The whole idea is to keep it as long as it possible, and there's a simple explanation because you decided to be together because you were in love, and there was something that connected you, and that's why, especially because we have this tendency to just jump from the person to person, and we feel that it's okay to sleep with everyone. That's why if you don't have this kind of capacity to start a relationship, to keep it running as long as you can, and you're just gonna I don't care, I'm just let me just try to do it with someone else, you will never be able to build a relationship. Never. You're not even talking about trying to build a long lasting relationship. So that's why I have this in mind, that if you want to understand where I'm going with all of this, you've got to understand that the whole idea is to make everything it's in your power to make it work. So that's why I'm gonna be against breaking up the relationship. There are few extreme cases that I heard of when someone you're someone really gets insane or being abusive or something. I get it. But if it's just a matter of difference in character, so just so you know. Second thing would be like a base of this whole video is basically this very simple question: how would you like to be treated? And this is kind of going back to the video that we talked about yesterday or 2 days ago, when I asked you basically, how would you feel when she would just go out the door, just slam it, or say it before that I don't want to play this game anymore, I'm out. She's gonna slam the door, it will just so that's why my question is, how do you want to be treated? Would that be fine with you? I don't think so. So that is why the concept of this today's video is gonna be to make it for her as exactly as you would like it to be for yourself. Because just to say it straight, karma is a bitch, and she's gonna come back and slap you in the face. Whether you're atheist, whether you're in any kind of religion, practically all of them say the same thing. You're gonna reap what you saw, right? So have that in mind. So that being said, first thing I want you to kind of figure out and think, what is really the problem? Because if you had at least one argument in your relationship, you know that we have this stupid tendency to kind of completely miss the point. We start arguing about these dishes in a sink, and then when we get to the point of this argument that basically is like it's so epic, and basically the argument which is going to end this whole relationship, we jump from this dishes in a sink to you never loved me. It's like, what happened in between? Did I lost something that I don't know, just did I lost my consciousness or something? Because there's a long way from the dishes in a sink to the you never loved me. So that's why I want to ask yourself, what is really the problem? Because interestingly enough, maybe you're gonna get to the point that it's not really her problem, maybe it's yours. Let's look at a simple example. You may be thinking, you always try to kind of keep me down. I can't do anything. I feel like a prisoner because you're not letting me to go to drink with my buddies. But maybe if you'll just sit down and think about it, maybe you'll say that maybe this is not so simple. Maybe there were a few situations when I got back from this whole party kind of completely drunk, and I made noise in the middle of the night. I crashed half of the dishes, and I basically made an argument and a scene in the middle of the night just because I was drunk. Maybe it happened a few times. Maybe she saw me in different occasions like this, and now she's basically have no trust. So maybe it's not her fault, maybe it's mine. Maybe the jailing part is basically completely on my side. So then you'll be able to get to the position that you'll find the way you're supposed to change to make this whole relationship work. I'm just saying, maybe it's not true, but you've got to have this, give her this shadow of the doubt that maybe there's something to it. But then, so the first point, just figure out what's the problem, because maybe you're gonna get to the point that it is her problem. Maybe you got together, maybe you're married, maybe you plan to have family, but year or two in all of this, she's basically not home. She's all the time outside because she decided to do this career. She changed everything that we based our relationship upon, and she's never here. So, I asked, I tried, I tried to do whatever I could to get her come back, because I want this girl that I decided to be with. And she's so caught up with her thing that she's never here, and I feel like I'm alone. It's like, is that why I decided to be with her? But that's why you don't do this, like you get to the point that you're so emotional that you say, I'm not gonna play this anymore. You just slam the door behind yourself and leave. But this is exactly what we said. Would you like this to happen to you? No, because if you understand that this is really her problem, the point number 2, which is so important, so many of us, because of emotions and a few other things, we never allow to happen, is to tell her the truth. That might be the tough one, but just if you want to give her a chance to know what is the problem and give her at least some chance to think about it and to propose some solution, you'll have to do this. Because without that, it's just living. And what you're going to end up with? You're not going to be in a relationship that you really wanted to be. And she's going to lose a career, and she's going to lose her happiness, because maybe if you tell her, listen, this is the problem, that we decided to be together, to build this family together, but you'll never hear. And maybe she's going to look at this and say, you know what, I had this thing in my head for a long time, but I was so caught up in all of this that I didn't even spend enough time to kind of sit down and think it through. And you're completely right, I have to change it because I'm miserable. And thank you for saying that, because I see that if you feel the same thing, I know that I have to make huge changes in all of this, because I don't want this thing to break. And then you solve the problem. Just by giving her a chance to think about it, to know what you feel, to know, where you are in all of this, and maybe she's gonna say, you're exactly right. Can you help me with this? Can we sit down and think, what can we do to repair this whole thing? Because I love you and I want to stay in all of this. I want this thing, this relationship to be happy. I want us to be happy. And maybe this one simple talk would change everything, but you have to give her a chance. Probably like you would like this chance if she would decide to leave, right? But if your girl, is so surprised that you even talked about it, and she's, because that might happen, you've got to understand that it might happen, that she's so, surprised by this whole situation. Maybe because of the emotions, she would completely freeze. You may want to go and say, listen, babe, I love you. And I'm not saying you this because, I want to hurt you or something. I want to fix our relationship. So that's why if you need time, let me give you some time to think about it and to come back with some kind of solution. You want 3 days? You need 7? You need 2 weeks? I'm going to give it to you. But I want you to know that because I'm so tired, because I'm so helpless in all of this, in 2 weeks, if you're not going to come back to me and talk about it, it's on your side. I'm going to pack and I'm going to leave. I want you to know that I'm trying to do whatever I can to give us a chance to fix it. But I'm so tired that in 2 weeks I'm just going to pack my stuff and I'm going to leave. So please use this time to think about it and come back to me. Or you can, so that's the point number 3. Set up a deadline. give her this or tell her that you're gonna come back to her in a week, whatever floats your boat. But I saw that many times when you're caught up in all of this unhappiness in a relationship, we kind of try to fix it, and there's no deadline, there's no data, there's no timeline that we give ourselves, and then it just kind of dissipates, and we kind of fall in this unhappiness even deeper, and it never gets results, and it never gets kind of solution. It always goes even and become even worse. So that's why know what's the problem, and be sure that it's not the problem is not on your side. Second, tell her about it. Tell exactly how you feel, but be loving and give her a chance to hear what's wrong, how you feel, and give her a chance to propose a solution. Maybe she'll surprise you, and in 10 minutes you're gonna have this whole thing sorted out because she'll say you completely 100% right. And 3, if she needs time, give her time, but have a deadline, because then it'll show her how important it is for you, and how that sure you are that if it's not going to change, you're going to leave, and she would know that this is her fault, that it all fell apart. Because this is what I want you to kind of get from every video that I record, basically. That I want you to make you the smartest guy in a room. I want you to be sure that you did everything you can for this thing to survive. Because many of you will be surprised that you'll be able to sort it out so soon, and you'll find your happiness. Because first of all, you're going to learn how to deal with this kind of problems. It is going to help you in a long run. But the whole thing is to first be observant and know what's the problem for you, to be able to name it, and then everything is just presenting and waiting if she'll be able to come back with a solution. Because this is what I want you to take from this video. If you want to solve any problem with anyone, you're going to need 2 things. 1, complete clarity what's the problem. And second, give them, or maybe even both of you, possibility to think about it, propose a solution, and implement it. Because this is the whole idea. There's nothing to lose. You can leave right now. You can leave in every moment in the time that you give her. But there's nothing to lose. The only one thing it might happen. It may save your relationship. And isn't it exactly what you want? So that's why think about it and do something about it. Be the gentleman who plays this game right. Because you can only gain. If you like this video, comment, share, like. If you didn't, give me a shout as well what you think. I'm sure I'm going to be able to hear stories that will teach me a lot about what have you experienced and what is the different angle I should look at this whole thing. And if there's anything you want me to record about, give me a shout. I'll be glad to do it for you. That being said, see you tomorrow.